So you guys have to laugh like really loud, so like it's still really fun, okay? I have 3 shout outs to go ahead and tell you about. So I will read this. This one's for Logan Van Hook from Grandma. You are so awesome, and we are so proud of you. We love you to the moon and back. Logan Van Hook from Mom and Dad. So proud of you. Double exclamation points. And Willie. Let me make sure Willie's done in the potty. Okay, he's back. I'm safe to read it. All right, Willie Maestro Frazee from the Crazy Frazies. Willie, you have amazed us with all of your talents for the past 18 years. You have grown into such a great young man. Good luck in all you do. Love the Crazy family. I like it. All right, so we're doing the true story of the 3 Little Pigs. You probably heard it. I'm sure some of you have probably even heard the song so many times. You never want to hear them again except tonight. So you have to do it tonight. We had fun with the shirt this year. We crossed out the dates we were supposed to get to do it in the spring and changed them to this one. We even got a little gas mask so that we're, following code. So the kids are supposed to put masks on to come tell you goodbye later, so hopefully they remember that and follow the rules. So we will get started in just a second and have fun.
Good day and good fortune, gentle and not so gentle piggies. My name is McGill, William McGill. Now I have one thing to tell you before we actually begin this trial. We have flyers here in our hands. Some of you do, right? Hold them up for me. Hold them up for me. You didn't really have to, but I wanted to see you hold them up. Thanks for participating. I know that I can count on you guys later. So in that, we have a little bit of versing for our Hogs Bless Pixelvania. That is our anthem for here in Pixelvania. But now it is time for the moment we have been waiting for. Today, I am here awaiting the trial of the bad wolf. And here outside this courthouse, a great crowd has gathered, hungry for slops and justice. As I look around me, I'm reminded of the words of my favorite philosopher. Everywhere there's lots of piggies living piggy lives. Truer words were never spoken. This undeniably is a piggy world. Wherever your hooves carry you, wherever your snout goes, wherever you wander, everyone knows.
The sign is fine, you'll eye an oinker, you'll see a hog, a pork see a porker. This little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed home. This little piggy eats stinky cheese, this little piggy writes poems. It's a piggy, 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 piggy world. It's a piggy, 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 piggy world.
Look at them, common, everyday sounds drawn together by the tragic tale of the 3 little pigs and their fear of the big bad wolf. Thanks to the media circuit surrounding the incident, no one is paying attention to what is really going on around here. The tale, as they say, is truly wagging the hog. That's where I come in. Everyone says that he is a vicious, guilty monster. But I don't know. It seems to me someone has not had a chance to speak out. Inside this courthouse, a certain big bad wolf waits to tell his side of the story.
For the guy with fur, the guy with bite, the guy who's different, the world just ain't right. It's a hard place, a cage for the soul, a place with no rhythm and no rock and roll. Ooh.
It's a hog-eat-dog world in this side of a town. The pigs on the bacon and run the rest of us down.
Ever since the stories broke, we've only heard the pig's version of what happened. To be fair, I need to hear from the wolf. The whole story, what happened? There's actually more in one side in every story.
Shiny happy pigs in the city, big strong pigs keep the peace. Fat cat piggies write the laws for 1 million other piggies at least.
They say that my bite bad as my bark. They say I'm too scary to walk in the park.
Piggies, 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 piggies everywhere. Piggies, piggies, piggies are the best. Piggies, 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 piggies rule the world. Piggies, 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 yes!
What's a wolf to do? What's a wolf to do? What's a wolf to do? I don't know, man. What don't you?
The mournful howling of a hairy mammal denied the right to speak. Heart-wrenching, isn't it? But now that the trial is about to begin, I'm here to get some answers to the questions we've all been asking. Did this wolf huff? And did this wolf puff? Did he blow those houses down and eat the 2 of the 3 little pigs? I'm going to get the scoop of the century, the side of the story we've never heard. And if I am lucky, I'm going to get a chance to talk one-on-one, muzzle to snout, with the most infamous carnivore of modern times.
Hear ye, hear ye. Take your seats, take your seats.
Here we go. Welcome to Pennsylvania Courtroom 1. This here is the jury. Yes, all of you are the jury. You decide what happens to this big bad wolf, whether he gets locked up for life or if, let's say, he gets to go free. The prosecutor is on her way entering this courtroom. That there is Julia. She's an ace attorney who has never lost a case.
I always get my way.
Say, Julia, what do you think we'll see in this court today? Do you have any teasers for me?
A little thing I like to call justice, served up in 50 minutes or less with no intermission.
And now, here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
That there is Judge Prudence. She is a hard-headed hog. I don't know if Mr. Wolf is going to get a fair trial out of this one. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Judge Prudence loves musical theaters. Nothing, but nothing, melts that icy cold heart of hers like the old 5, 6, 7, 8 shuffle ball change.
Hear ye, hear ye. The supremely awesome court of Pennsylvania is now in session. The Honorable Judge Jurisprudence presiding.
Thank you, Rocky. Quiet in my courtroom, especially out there in the jury box. Before we begin, let us first rise and reaffirm our allegiance.
You have to rise. Now, this is the part where you need to have your packets. We're going to be singing our national Pennsylvania anthem. There's our wonderful flag. Left hooves over your hearts. Left hooves.
God bless Pennsylvania, side that we love. We'll beside her and guide her through the mud with an oars and a shovel. From the barnyard to the slop trough, we meander, melts of foam. Home's blessed Pennsylvania, our home, sweet home. Home's blessed Pennsylvania, our home, sweet home.
You are all a little pitchy. I need you to work on that for next time.
Well, that was just lovely. You made me sleep. Today's matter is the state of Pennsylvania versus A.T. Wolf. Rocky, bring forth the defendant.
The Did you all have a safe trip here? I'd like to know that. Was it safe? Was it a good trip? This is the part where I'm supposed to pretend that I don't see them. So we don't see the wolf yet. Don't see him. Shh. No wolf. No wolf. He's coming from back. There he is, gentle piggies! The big bad wolf himself! The one with the secrets we all want to hear. What do you know? He does not look as big and as bad as his parents pretend like he is.
The defendant will come forth. Now sit and beg.
Pretties!
You may release him.
Oh no, he's jailed for life.
Mr. Wolf, you have been charged with 2 counts of cruel and unusual consumption, 2 counts of wanton destruction of private property by illicit huffing and puffing, and 1 count of attempted pig slaughter.
So, for those of you that don't speak legal, and I'd like to teach a little math lesson too. So we have 2 counts, because 1 plus 1's 2, right? And then we have 2 more counts. 2 plus 2 is what? Sir, what is it? 4. Okay, and then we have 1 account of attempted pig slaughter. And I know this might be hard for you, ma'am, but what's 4 plus 1? I can't understand English fingers. 5! Oh my lord, we have a genius in the house. All right, so 5 accounts of something. I wasn't paying attention. But if I were the judge, I'd pretend that it was 2 accounts for blowing the houses down, 2 accounts for killing 2 little pigs and eating them, and 1 account for trying to kill the last one.
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And where's your court-appointed attorney?
I will defend myself. I'm serious, Your Honor.
Oh, so be it. Take your seat, Mr. Wolf. Take it!
I must say that is an unexpected move by Mr. Wolf. We have late gatherers. Come join. Come join. Mr. Wolf just said he was defending himself. You guys are up in the front row. I'd hate to draw a crowd, but you guys are up here. Now, that is an unexpected move, him defending himself. But, knowing how things are run in this courtroom, he's probably safer going that way. But, I'll tell you what, you should all keep your pig's eye peeled for any shenanigans. I urge every one of you to.
Good citizens, thank you for sitting in on this jury. Your job today is simple. There are 2 sides in this case. The big bad wolf, a filthy carnivore with a mean and hungry look,
I'm sitting right here.
and Counselor Julia, a well-dressed, razorback sharp attorney whose judgment and principles are always above reproach.
You're too kind, Your Honor. Are we still on for golf tomorrow?
9 a.m. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Both sides will present evidence, their side of the story. Then you will decide whether the big bad wolf goes free, perhaps to kill again, or if he'll spend the rest of his days in the cramped kennels of the pig penitentiary.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rocky, bring on super special exhibit number A.
Here we go, gentle piggies. Julia C. is renowned and famous for her pig-tastic, razzmatazzy style and flair.
I require assistance for this presentation. Your Honor, if you please.
Oh, I'm not sure it's appropriate for me to participate.
Oh, through your
throw prostitute to the wind. Your country needs you.
Up!
Well, I suppose it could be delicious. And
She needs another one! Help me! Squeal! Oink, 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 oink.
Ferdinand!
Finally, part of the story for once instead of just reporting on it.
Now, don't upstage me. I have an opening statement to deliver. Everyone knows the story of the three little pigs, but you've never seen it the way I tell it. With chills, thrills, and puppets! Hit it! Once upon a time, good sows of bear swines, the three little pigs were alive. But one fateful war, wolfish evil was born and terrorized baby back drive. Stout Desmond, the youngest, his belly humongous, lived in a house made of straw. But into the scene of sweet luncheon bliss, a wolf came a-prowling for food.
Little piggy, let me come in.
Not by the hair, my chinny chin chin.
Then I'll huff,
No,
and I'll puff,
no.
and I'll blow. I'll blow your house in.
So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. That house made of straw and pitch and yawn fell in.
Much to my chagrin.
And the big bad wolf ate up that pig. He danced an ugly jig.
Oh, come on. I don't even know how to do a jig. Square dancing's really more my thing.
You have your chance to speak, Wolfie. This is my turn. Now the man who picked JoJo for giggles and kicks built a crazy old home out of sticks. But into the scene of light-hearted bliss, a wolf came a-prowling for food.
Little piggy, let me come in.
Not by the hair, my chin.
Then I'll huff,
No,
and I'll puff,
no.
and I'll blow. I'll blow your house down.
So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. That house made of sticks, couldn't take its legs, it fell down. Right to the ground. And the big bad wolf ate up that pig and he danced his ugly jig.
This bears no resemblance to the truth.
No resemblance or total resemblance. I believe that for the jury to decide. But finally, the wolf came to the home of the smartest little pig. Maxwell, I'll take it from you.
Hey!
Bam! Mister, this little puppet show is mine now. Maxwell, our hero, grade average 4.0, built his home out of bricks.
Little piggy, let me come in.
No by the hair of my candy cane chin.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow. I'll blow your house down.
That won't work.
What?
You big jerk!
Huh?
You'll never blow my house in. He huffed and he puffed, hauled one ball down to the wall. Stomped all around. Nasty screams he released, but soon the police arrived on the scene looking spiffy. They captured that rascal with a minimum of hassle and carted him off in a jiffy. And that, good sows and gentle swines, is the state's case.
And if this is meant to be a house of law and order, why is there a puppet show?
Well, I thought it was an excellent opening statement by Counselor Julia.
Now, I don't think it was fair that the judge helped the prosecutor. But I must say, they made him look like White, the guilty monster. How will Big and Bad respond to all of this?
Mr. Wolf, you may now state your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You
think you all know the true story of the 3 little pigs?
Of course, I tell it.
Surely. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. No one knows the real story because no one's ever heard my side of the story. Oh, pardon me. I'm Alexander T. Wolf.
Also known as the Big Bad Wolf, isn't that correct?
Well, since you asked,
No need to answer. We all know that I've made an excellent point.
Mr. Wolf, please just call me Al. Now look, I'm honestly not sure how this whole Big Bad Wolf thing got all started, but it's all wrong.
Maybe it's because of your diet.
Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep.
And pigs.
That is how nature made us. In fact, permission to break into song, Your Honor?
Objection.
Another musical number?
I'll allow it. Extremely petulant objection.
I said overruled. You may continue, Mr. Wolf, but keep it snappy.
I'm getting in on this.
Anywho.
Hit it!
I must say this breadstick's very good.
Come on, man. I didn't know what to say. I said keep it.
See, they call me these names, like Villain and Creed. This Big Bad Wolf thing makes me watery. You see, I can't help my urges no more than can you. If they said don't eat cheeseburgers, what would you do? What would you do? You know what I'm talking about, right? How about you folks? If cheeseburgers were cute, like kittens or fawns, you kept them as pets, let them play on your lawns. If cheeseburgers weren't unacceptable meat, you know it's the truth, you'd still have them to eat. Eat. Cheeseburgers ain't cute. No, they're really not. So I eat a bunny and I swallow a sheep, and I chew on a chicken and do cry like oh beef. Beef. I can't help my urges and no more than can you. If they said don't eat cheeseburgers, what would you do? What would you do? Cheeseburgers ain't cute, and that's why you eat them. I'll say it again, and I'll say it's verbatim.
Verbatim? What's that?
Any educated person knows I say it again, word for word.
Is it cute? But if they were, you know what? Then they'd call you big and bad too. No ifs, ands, or buts. Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Cheeseburgers ain't cute. Burgers ain't cute. Burgers ain't cute. Can I get a witness?
Oh, what a whiz-bang opening by Mr. Wolf. Let's hear a round of applause. He tried to soften his image, make us like him a little. I wonder, Larry, did it work? Do you think, are you ready to believe a kind, gentle wolf? Are you? Do you believe in him? I think he's a good guy.
Well, I must admit, you certainly got style, Mr. Wolf. And a healthy allotment of that. Thank you. But believe me when I say Miss Piggy McJustice is immune to the lures of Zaz. Zaz will not avail you here. Julia, may I call your next witness?
With pleasure, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call Dr. Roberta Shears to the stand.
That there is Bofo Bobby, Julia's go-to medical expert, and Swine Magazine's most eligible bachelorette for 5 years running.
Please state your name for the record. Bertha Rose Shears, MD. Dr. Roberta. Please, call me Bobby. Dr. Bobby? I'm sorry. Bobby with an I. Dr. Bobby with an I! Do you swear on the sacred text of, a day no pigs would die, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Mom. I do. Your witness, counsel.
Now, thank you, Dr. Bobby with an I. I will try to keep this short, as I know you have appointments to keep.
Duh.
Have you had a chance to examine the defendant?
Yep.
And would you care to share your discoveries with the court?
Would I? Try and stop me.
Hogs and honeys, I give you super special exhibit number B.
Number B. What a good counselor.
What is going on at Catholic spell?
Law school.
Big Bad Wolf is a murderous breed and impossible to control. All they do is hunt and eat and eat and hunt and eat.
And, Dr. Bobby with an I, what is the wolf's favorite food?
Sorry to say, Julia, this Canis Maximus viciousness prefers to eat pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs.
You mean like you and me?
Exactly.
Judge Prudence here?
And me?
Bingo.
And me?
Why?
And me? And me?
Like
And me?
the entire jury?
Yes, live fear, jury pigs. Wolves are out to eat you.
I haven't heard this much gossip about me since I was in high school.
And, Dr. Bobby with an I, is it possible for a wolf to be nice or even civilized?
Forget about it. Their brains are hardwired for hog hunting. It's all they know. Poor savages.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I want to tell that to my grandfather.
Mr. Wolf, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
I would. Alright. Now, Doctor.
I'm sorry, does anybody have the time?
Why, I do, Dr. Bobby with an I. It is 11:22. 11:22.
Oh my, so sorry, Your Honor. I have an emergency report protecting me at the veterinarian's hospital. I should run.
What?
Of course, Dr. Bobby, you're excused. Thanks, Prue. And can I take you out for a girls' night tonight? No. Later, piggies.
You can take me.
Okay.
But, Your Honor, I don't get the questioner.
We don't want to keep the good doctor from saving lives, do we? Do we?
Of course not.
That's what I thought.
What a bunch of hogwash. Judge Prudence should have let Al ask some sort of question, even if it was her name again. But I must say, Dr. Bobby with an I, her testimony sure was powerful. Now, I can hear what you're thinking, Surani. Let's sit down and think about this. If Mother Nature herself designed wolves to hunt pigs such as all of you, how is this wolf innocent? Well, look at it this way. It's hard to resist a call of nature. I can't wait to go pee or something.
Julia, you may call your next witness.
Think. And she is, without a doubt, the wittiest witness that this courtroom will ever witness. The prosecution calls Martha to the stand.
Look at all these glasses. Velma from Scooby-Doo. Oh.
Ah! Your witness, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Martha, I wish to thank you for testifying today. I know this has been a very scary time for you.
Yes, it's been quite a trial. Quite a trial. Please continue.
Now, Martha, why don't you tell me how you came to be involved in these proceedings?
Well, I live on Baby Back Drive, right down the street from the Three Little Pigs, don't you know? And on the morning of
The murders, yes.
I was walking home from dropping off my youngest piglet, sweet Loretta from kindergarten, when I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
That's right, good friends of the jury. A hence eyewitness to the crimes.
As I was passing Desmond's house,
Desmond, the first little pig you meet.
yes, the big boned boy with the straw house, well, my heart went ba-boom, ba-boom, because when I got there, Daddy's front door was gone, and there in front of his house was a big, nasty wolf. He was wearing a chef's apron and had metal utensils in his paws.
Could you read his apron? What did it say?
It appeared to be barbecue themed.
I see. And what about the metal utensils he was carrying? Were they sharp and shiny like knives?
Well, they definitely were shiny. I didn't get the closest look, don't you know?
Fine, fine. What did the beast do?
Well, when I got there, he was yelling and carrying on something fierce. And then before I knew it, the horrible creature hit me.
Take your time now, Martha. I know this is very hard for you. Martha, did the wolf puff? I see. And did he perhaps puff?
He did puff. They were definitely puffing.
I see. And then? Now, Martha, hold your head up. I know you can do it.
He blew the house down, they did.
Wearing a chef's apron, wielding a knife and fork, he ate Desmond in cold blood.
Then he went to JoJo's house. He yelled, "Let me in, let me in. I want to eat you all covered in sugar," or something like that. But JoJo was so brave. "Not by there, my chinny chin chin," he said.
Bold words.
And then, before I knew it, the wolf blew JoJo's house in. It was so awful. There were things everywhere, up and down the whole street. But did that dirty doggy care? No! He ate JoJo too, right there for anyone to see. I ran to the police station as fast as I could.
Now, Martha, before you left the scene, did anything else happen?
Oh, right. As I was running away, I took a peek over my shoulder, don't you know? And at that very moment, the wolf looked up.
Could you see his face well enough to identify him, I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Martha, I want you to take a very good look around you. Do you see that wolf in this courtroom here today?
I wonder if she does.
Let me just. Oh, dear. Oh, these look like the right ones.
Right ones. Here, say something.
Now, Martha, I must ask you to execute the pointy maneuver of lamosity and indicate the wolf you saw eat the two littler pigs.
beast, it was him, it was him.
That beast.
It was him, it was him.
That beast.
It was him, it was him.
That beast, it was him, it was him. It was Big Bad Wolf.
It was him, did you know it?
He's a mangy old cur.
With pigs in his gullet.
He did the deed.
He's without remorse. You gotta lock him up.
Of course, of course.
That beast, it was him, it was him. 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 It was him right there.
We see him, we see him.
That horrible wolf.
Send him to the mausoleum. He's a beastie, a terror, a horror, a scarer,
What's going on right now?
a stalker, a crookster, a hunter, a monster,
Why are you getting so close to me?
a critter, a mongrel, we sure don't belong, girl.
Can you move away from me, please?
A stranger, a danger, a dog in the manger,
It's getting very uncomfortable.
a demon that had no control, awful, that's so special. Let the record reflect the witnesses indicated the defendant. Wolf! No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Wolf, you may cross-examine the witness.
Are you done?
White.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done this before. I'm not sure how this works. Do I ask anything I want?
Anything I allow.
And to which I don't object.
And no leading questions.
Or rhetorical questions.
Or hyperbolical questions.
Or ludicrously lupine questions.
Okay then. Piece of cake. Now, Mrs. Martha, now.
Objection!
I didn't even say anything yet.
I'm just warming up.
Now, Miss Martha, this apron you say you saw me wearing on the morning of the incident, would you mind to describe it more clearly?
Well, it was light, don't you know? And there were 2 hot dogs on it, all plump and cooked.
Are you sure there were hot dogs?
It looked like there were hot dogs on it. I couldn't see it perfectly, but
You couldn't see perfectly. I see. And was there any writing on the apron?
yes, I believe it said, kill, eat pork.
You believed it said that? Is it possible it could have said something else?
Well, I suppose anything's possible.
Where did you get that?
Why, it's an evidence rack. Have you never seen one of these before?
My evidence is better.
Oh, bother. And there were shiny things in my paws, you say?
I think so, yes.
It sounds to me you aren't certain about anything you saw that morning. How close were you the first time you saw me? The next yard over?
Not quite.
2 yards? 3? 9.5?
Well, it was more like, well, I was a block away, actually.
You were a block away! Ah! No wonder why you were very certain about what you saw!
Mr.
Your Honor! Really?
Mr. Wolf, we are not going to get anywhere if you keep expressing opinions. You need a timeout to think about what you've done. Sit! You're excused. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yowza! The evidence against Al sure is piling up. Hot doggy aprons, slicey knives. Should we believe what Martha said about them, And how do you think Mr. Wolf did? He tried to make us doubt Martha. I wonder if it worked.
Julia, you may call your next witness.
My next and final witness, actually.
Oh, excellent. Perhaps we'll make it to the cafeteria before they clear away the lunch and slop trough.
My thoughts precisely.
Lunch. You pigs.
The state calls Maxwell, the third little pig, to the stand.
Would you please state your name for the record?
Maxwell Edison Rigby. You may recall the puppet version of me from Julia's song.
Now, Maxwell, do you swear on the sacred text to tell the truth, the whole truth, blah, blah, blah?
I swear.
Your witness, Julia.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Maxwell, why don't you tell us a few things about yourself?
Well, not much to tell, really. I enjoy construction and masonry. I like reading.
Who doesn't?
Me. Maybe they say right there. I also like shiny things.
Ooh.
I kind of collect them.
Yes, all very interesting, I assure you, but what I think the jury would be most interested in learning about is your feelings.
My feelings?
Yes! Everyone here knows you just lost your 2 baby brothers. How does that make you feel inside? Does it make you feel sad?
Well, of course it does.
And does it perhaps make you feel a little bit morbidly depressed? It's okay if you feel that way because we would all understand.
It does.
And does it perhaps make you feel like your guts have been ripped out into gnashing tendrils of gnawing hunger that may, at any moment, of course, rip your heart to shreds, robbing you of the ability to ever feel happiness again?
Yes!
Gosh, Your Honor, I don't know. Maxwell sure seems torn up about this.
Yes, we can all hear his mournful moans of weepitude. Jury pigs, you're hereby instructed to be very nice to Max, and especially believe everything he has to say.
What? But Your Honor, that's entirely unfair!
Mr. If you are looking for fairness and rules that benefit all parties equally, I suggest you go to a soccer match or a spelling bee. We dispense justice in this courtroom, not fairness. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Max, now that we fully appreciate just how sad you are, it's time for us to hear what happened at your house on that terrible morning.
Well, I was sitting on my couch, and I was organizing my tinsel collection. And as you can see, it did not go well. Then all of a sudden, I heard a knock at the door.
Evil. Did it sound like an evil knock?
Very evil. I looked through the peephole, and there was a big old wolf standing on my front porch.
And do you see that wolf in this courtroom here today?
As a matter of fact, I do. That beast. It was him. It was him.
I really enjoyed that number.
Go on, Max.
He said, little pig, let me come in. I swore by myself that I would not open the door for him. Then he got madder and madder, was screaming and howling and huffing and snuffing, but he couldn't get in.
How scary. And what a brave little hero you are, Max.
The real hero here is the ancient craft of masonry. Nothing, but nothing, can stand up to the power of bricks. And finally, the police showed up. They hauled that nasty thing away.
And thank goodness they did before he killed again. And thank you, Max, for sharing your testimony with us today.
No problem.
Mr. Wolf, you may now question the witness.
And try not to eat him if you can help it.
This is the worst thing ever. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Max, when you looked at me through the peephole through the door, did you notice anything funny about my face? Well, now that you mention it, your eyes were all watery and leaky. You looked deranged. Watery eyes. Anything else? Was there any gooey stuff on my fur? Was there anything on my face? Anything? Well, yes, your fur was all gummed up. Probably with blood. Are you sure it was blood? Let me remind you that you, Max, are under oath, which means you, Max, have to tell the truth. It was probably blood, you carnivore.
I object to this hostile line of questioning.
Mr. Wolf, that is enough. I will no longer allow you to hound this witness. Hound this witness. Oh my God, you see what I did there?
Oh, hard, hearty, hard. What's your honor? Sit!
Your excuse, great little piglet.
Unbelievable! I assure you, Biggie friends, stuff like this doesn't happen in other certified judges' courtrooms. When is Al going to get a chance to speak? Let him speak! Let him speak! Let him speak! Let him show off.
The state rests its case, Your Honor.
Oh, excellent. Well, we can now proceed to sentencing.
Sentencing! What was my side of the story?
Fine, if you must. Now yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Wolf! Woo!
There goes one.
You're a pig. You'll live. So, how does this work with me representing myself? Do I just talk, or does anybody have to ask me any questions?
I've actually never had this happen before. I suppose I could ask you questions.
Or me. It should be me, right?
No. Now, did she say questions?
Me? Me?
If anybody gets to ask him a single question, it should most definitely be me.
Why isn't anyone listening to me?
I can do it!
Is that
You okay?
Little old, what's my name? McGill! McGill, Your Honor. I was testing you. You didn't help me out. Little old McGill, Your Honor. Up and coming news reporter.
Oh, of course. Bilious. Yes, I remember you.
I'll give it to you. Now, I have been chasing this story since day one, and I will not take a break until I hear Al's side of the story.
Who put this clown in the courtroom?
Plus,
He's been here since day one. This is day one.
my chance to speak. This jury wants me up there. Isn't that right? Let me hear you. They want me up there. Nothing but positive encouragement from this crowd. Maybe not that one, but I got positive from you. Now, you would not get in the way of what the jury wants, would you? Would you?
Well, this is all highly irregular, but if the defendant has no objections,
Objection. Objection.
Can you shut up?
Objection.
None, Your Honor.
Wish me luck, little piggies. Now, Mr. Wolf. Ow, buddy, old pal. Now, let's start from the beginning. It's all begun back in once upon a time.
Objection, Your Honor! Is this story time or sworn testimony in a court of law?
I was trying to set a tone.
Get to the point, Mr. Wolf.
So I got up, rolled out of bed, and dragged a comb across my fur, and right away I could tell my day was going to be a major drag because I had a terrible sneezing cold.
Achoo! Not that was COVID. None of that was COVID.
And it was awful. You know the kind. Stuffy head, watery eyes, snot stuck in your gobs, and it's all over your fur. Well, maybe pigs don't understand the fur part.
That's
but
right. But is that why you asked? Excuse me. Is that why you asked Maxwell about the gooey stuff on your face?
yes, and let me tell you, nothing's worse than a snotty snot when you're all furry like me.
I see.
Anyway, so after blowing my snout like 300 times,
Mr. Wolf, if we want to sell papers, we've got to exaggerate a little. 1,000 times we're blowing them.
okay. I went down to the kitchen, and I had a big project I need to be working on.
What sort of project?
Murder project?
You don't know a thing about me.
Objection! I know everything.
You weren't even there.
What does it matter?
Just answer the question, Mr. Wolf. What sort of project were you working on?
Well, it's a little embarrassing, and I don't want to undermine my rugged image.
Mr. Wolf, by this rate, there is no rugged image left to undermine. What project was it that you were working on? I need to, excuse me, the jury needs to hear the whole story. Not me, who wants it all.
Okay. The truth is, I was making a cake. Yes, a cake. A fabulous cake, as a matter of fact. It was for my Granny Eleanor. She turned 64 on that day, and I wanted to make her favorite. It was going to be a red velvet cake with a chocolate ganache. Ahem. Hello?
Anyway, since you were making this wonderful, lovely, beautiful sounding cake that makes me want to eat it all, how did you end up at the Three Little Pigs' homes?
Well, I threw on my apron and gathered up all the ingredients I needed, but wouldn't you know it? I liked a cup of sugar.
No.
Yes, there I was, trying to do nice things for a sweet little wolfie, and I didn't have any of the necessary supplies. But then I remembered my new neighbors, of which being the Three Little Pigs, and I thought one of them might be willing enough to share a cup of sugar with me. And sharing makes me your neighbor so rewarding, don't you think?
I do.
Stick to the facts, Mr. Wolf. I don't want your life story.
Anyway, so I hit the road.
And when you hit the road, were you still wearing the apron Martha claims she saw you wearing when you left the house?
Yes, that's how I roll.
I see. And was it barbecue themed also as Martha claims she saw?
Of course not. It said kiss the cook.
Oh.
Not literally.
I was just trying to be nice.
It would look like it would say kill, eat, pork And you saw it from a distance, from a block away, and wore big nickel piggy lady glasses, especially in your purse.
Exhibit number Z, Your Honor. Now, the shiny thing's also in your pulse. Were they knives? Also, as Martha claims she saw you wielding.
It was a wire whisk and a measuring cup. I don't even own any knives. And besides, who needs any knives when you got teeth like these?
Ooh, let me see. Oh, somebody has a cavity. Now, what happened on Baby Back Drive? Can you lay it all out for me?
Perhaps with musical accompaniment?
It would be my pleasure. But I'm gonna have to need your help.
Oh, little old McGill? Little old me? Oh, well, I helped that mean and nasty, awful prosecutor, so I guess it's only fair that I help you too.
Now then, this is the real story. I went looking for sugar with my face still snotty with boogers, thanks to my terrible cold. I walked and I finally stopped at the straw house on Baby Back Road. I was very polite. I knocked on the door, but the hinges were tied and fell crash on the floor. Little pig, I said, aren't you at home? But there was no answer, and I was alone. And then it happened. Now, remember, I had a terrible cold. So what happened next wasn't really my fault.
Achoo! Gatsby's was so mighty, so way out of sight. And knocked that house down to the ground.
Now this next part may be hard for you to understand, but you've got to look at it from my point of view. I combed through the wreckage, and there on the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He'd been home the whole time, but he'd chosen to hide. Why hadn't he called out hello? I wept and I cried, I was sad that he died. He seemed like such a nice, jolly fellow. And there he was, already dead. I mean, it seemed like such a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there on the straw. I've admitted for poor Desmond to meet such an end, but since he had, it only seemed fair. Don't call me a beast for my late morning feast. Think of it as a cheeseburger lying there. You see, it was just an accident, wolf's honor. But I still did not have a cup of sugar, so I moved on to the next house. The house of sticks I approached, and rang the ding-dong doorbell. Mr. Pig, I yelled, may I come in? Have you got any sugar within?
Go away, I say, you can't come in. I've shaved the hairs of my chinny chin chin.
And then it happened again. Oh, if I've never gotten that stupid cold.
You really should get more vitamin C in your diet.
I know.
Achoo! Gatsby's was so mighty, so way out of sight. They knocked that house down to the ground.
The guy's house fell down, just like his brothers had. And there he was, the second little pig, dead as a dodo. Now, you know food will spoil if you leave it lying there in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I never meant for poor Jojo to tragically go, but he was crushed under his dwelling.
Oh, I missed it.
Call me a beast for my late morning feast. Think of it as a second helping.
Help me!
Now, since I still didn't have a cup of sugar, I moved down to the third little pig's house. I walked right up to that house of bricks like a gentle pup. No thoughts of tricks. Mr. Pig, I cried, may I come in? Have you got any sugar within?
Go away! My sugar will never be yours! Looks like you're stuck up the creek with no oars!
It's for my granny, I said. Please let me in.
Your stupid old granny can't sit on a pin!
I'm a pretty level-headed guy, but when someone talks about my granny like that, I get awfully mad. And when I got mad that day, it riled up my cold. And before I knew it, I felt another great, big, terrible sneeze coming on.
Your granny is Sally, your granny's a rat, and I bet she's totally fat.
I cannot believe you said that!
It broke my heart. It broke it right in two. Why would that Max make such a attacks me? He seemed hungry to start a big scandal.
Scandal!
I huffed and I stuffed and I puffed and I roughed, and I guess I just flew off the handle. This is the true story in all of its glory. You finally heard here today. On bended knee, I'm begging you, please, please don't send me away. And the rest, as they say, is history. The police pigs figured a sick guy going door to door to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound all that exciting. So they jazzed up the story with that puff and blow your house down nonsense. And everybody bought it.
They're not wrong. It does sell papers.
And with that, the defense would like to rest.
We finally heard the real, true side of the story. The one with all this, and all this, and this. Oh, that's me right there. You like that picture? The real, true story.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, shucks! It was not a problem. I'm just an honest boy trying to root out the kernel of truth at the bottom of the heart of the matter. As the sour stench of injustice fills my snout with every sniff.
Stop talking. Return to your place.
I'll sit here instead.
Julia, would you care cross?
Half of what the defendant says is meaningless, Your Honor. It's quite obvious, as it should be to you, that he concocted this woven sheets clothing fantasy just to save his worthless hide. I am not going to dignify this story by cross-examining him.
Were you even paying attention?
Of course. I went to law school, became a lawyer, and this is my job. Of course I will pay attention. Do I want to get fired?
Return to your place. Right along. Well, now it's time for my favorite part of every trial. The big and brassy, picky, sassy closing argument.
Go! Pink person attorney and people who know me, let's smell for no festival or a corner! It's just the crime of murder, it's just the little pink
But it was an accident.
it's just the great thing to see if you're heard of again!
Teachers in society. Are you okay over there, sir?
I've still got enough paper. We're good.
Okay then.
Excellent.
Quite the spaz.
Very argumentative. Well, finally at the end. Rocky?
Here we go, my picky friends. Despite the whiz-bang pizzazz and all-around kookiness of this trial, there's one thing we can all take away for certain. There can be many, many, many sides to any one story. Anytime that she thinks she knows the whole story, you should stop and ask yourself if there's more to the story than what she's letting on. Like, what if he had something to say about it? Yeah, well, anyway, you guys should solve this later. I'd like to see how this story ends up.
right, listen up, piggies. It's time for you to say whether the big bad wolf gets locked up or if he gets to go free. Everybody here gets a vote. Yes, even you. Now in Pennsylvania, we vote by making noise, oinking and squealing. Do you all know how to oink and squeal? We should practice. But when I give you the grand gesture of hush-uppery, everyone's got to get real quiet so we can move on with the trial. Got it? Good. Okay, everyone practice your best oinking and squealing.
Practice!
Well done, piggies. You're the best porky little oinkers I've ever heard.
Well, I think it's time to vote for real.
You heard the boss. Let's vote. My fellow piggies, you have two choices. Guilty, which means lock the wolf up, or not guilty, which means let the wolf go. Okay, if you think he's guilty and you want to see him locked up, let's hear his you oink and squeal. Pretty guilty. Now, if you think the wolf is not guilty and you want to see him set free, let's hear his you oink and squeal. The result is magnanimous, Your Honor. The big bad wolf is not guilty.
Hurrah! Hooray! Let's have a soiree.
Nothing there to say. I am here to stay.
He's saying,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
oh yeah,
Huzzah, I say,
Huzzah!
I've hoped and prayed, and got my wish today.
Not guilty, not guilty,
What sweet and lovely word,
not guilty, not guilty.
the best verdict I've ever heard.
I can't believe we lost. Our pain with sorrow. I wish that we could appeal this case tomorrow.
after much ado,
So much
we
ado.
finally heard the story.
Ah.
Will this make praise be to journalistic glory?
Not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty.
There's hope for this world.
Mr. Wolf, may I have mercy on your soul? This trial is over.
Well, the jury has spoken, my friends, and Al is free to go thanks to all of you. So it goes in this piggy world. Good day and good fortune.